There are probably 50 videos on YouTube with this exact same title. Now, most of them give you the same advice. Pick a software, build a portfolio, cold outreach. Now that advice is real. But honestly, it's also the kind of thing you could get from ChatGPT under 45 seconds. And what I'm about to tell you comes from 7 years of actually doing this. I've scaled my own channel to over 150,000 subscribers, worked with billion-dollar companies, and I get 8-figure job offers from some of the biggest creators in the world. What I'm going to tell you today is the actual difference between an editor stuck at 15,000 a month and one making 10 times of that. So give me the next 10 to 15 minutes and I will change how you think about this career forever. This video has 3 parts. The basics, things you've probably heard before, but someone watching this right now genuinely needs them. Second, the intermediate, things most people know but never actually act on. And third, the advanced, the dark truths that nobody in this space really talks about honestly. Stay through part 3, that's where things starts to get really uncomfortable. Okay, these are the basics, so we are moving fast. Someone needs to hear every one of this. First, pick a software. Premiere Pro if you can afford it, DaVinci Resolve if you cannot, CapCut if you are starting on mobile editing. It doesn't matter which one, just open it. I know, you're probably just nodding to this, but here's the part most people skip. I spent months in what I call the tutorial purgatory, watching video after video, feeling productive, not editing anything. Now things only started moving when I stopped watching and just started doing. Second is learn by doing, not by watching. Now this isn't motivation, this is how skills actually work. And it's something nobody told me early enough. When you start, your taste is already ahead of your execution. You know what a good edit looks like, you just can't make one yet. Now that gap is totally normal. The only way to close it is volume. Make more, make bad work, make a lot of it. See, I've edited over thousands of videos on this platform and you've probably seen only top 20 of those. Third, build a portfolio. Now 4 strong pieces beat 50 average ones. Never put a strong edit next to a weak one. I mean, I have roasted edits on this channel and this is one of the common mistakes that show up every single time. If you're not proud of an edit, don't put it there. And please don't send Google Drive links. Use Behance, Card.io, even Notion pages, anything but a Drive link. Fourth, try different styles. Travel vlogs, podcast cuts, motion design, SaaS storytelling, tech edits, reels. Because when you're starting out, you really don't know which style is yours until you have actually tried them. And working across multiple styles makes you more versatile, and that versatility pays. Fifth, learn the fundamentals first. Design, color grading, sound design, pacing. Now these aren't really advanced concepts. They are the difference between an edit that feels cheap and the one that feels premium. And get out there. Fiverr, LinkedIn, Cold DM, just start somewhere. Done. That's the checklist. But here's what checklist doesn't tell you. And this is where most editors plateau for years. Real quick, something that we've been secretly building for the last 1 year finally dropped. Yes, after thousands of you asked for it, Indian School of Motion is live. The first and most serious community of motion designers in India. And before I even tell you more about it, people from our community has already gone from charging 1500 rupees an edit to 50,000 rupees, that to 60 seconds of edit. All of that under my personal mentorship, even before I actually launched anything. We are launching our first public workshop very soon. You can find the waitlist in the description down below. Let's start with the intermediate section. Now, let's talk about something nobody says clearly enough. If you're editing for Indian YouTube creators, there's a ceiling. Now, most creators run on AdSense income and brand sponsorships, and that model has limitations. The honest range would be around 8,000 to 15,000 per video, 20,000 if you are very lucky. Now, there are obviously exceptions, like creators who has also agencies on the side like Asil Khan, or operations heavy people like AVTV with serious business infrastructure. But honestly, those are really exceptions, not the norm. I mean, you've probably noticed this already. You find a creator you want to work with, you do good work, you deliver on time, and the rate just doesn't move. See, this is not because you're not good enough, but because the business model does not allow for it. Now, trust me, this is not a criticism of creators, it's just the reality of the business model that they're running. Most editors hear this and think, okay, I need to find better creators. That's kind of backwards, because the real move is leaving the creator economy entirely and going for companies instead. It can be SaaS startups, D2C brands, edtech companies, and even personal brands with real tangible products. And if you think that this is just a prediction, it's not. It's already happening. For example, YouTube for Brands is an agency dedicated exclusively to help companies like Grow, Wind Wealth, and Small Case build organic YouTube channels. They took Wind Wealth from 0 to 350,000 subscribers and 40 million views. That's not a creator's channel. That's a company investing serious in video as a growth channel. Next, Binge Labs. They also manage content for India's top founders, VCs, and brands innovate your story or conventions, and their entire pitch is that it takes only 4 hours of the client's monthly time. See, these are not small operations. These are serious businesses that need serious editors. See, last month someone posted a hiring opportunity in our Discord community. The salary crossed over 1.5 lakh for a month for a video editor. Now that's more than most engineers are making right now. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because there's a second ceiling most editors don't even know exists. See, most people treat video editing and motion design as the same thing. Trust me, they are absolutely not. A video editor works with footage that already exists, cut sequences, add text, makes the story flow. Now that's a real skill and there's real demand for it. On the other side, a motion designer starts from a blank canvas, typography that moves, brand identities that breathe, product launch films, SaaS explainers, animations that don't exist until you build them. Now these are two very different disciplines. And here's what that ceiling actually feels like. You spend months getting good at editing. You're delivering solid work. The rates start creeping up. 8,000, 10,000, maybe even 12,000 to 15,000 if you push really hard. And somewhere in the back of your head, you start to wonder, is this it? Is this how this career goes? It's not. The ceiling you're hitting isn't your skill. It's the category you're working in. Let me tell you my story. When I was working purely as a video editor, I was earning between 5,000 to 10,000 per edit and at best 15,000 per edit. The moment I delivered my first motion design project, the number jumped to 30,000. And that too back in 2020. That was my first gig. Already 3 times of what editing had been paying me back then. And I even did a full breakdown of that specific project on the channel. It will be linked somewhere here. See, here's what most people get wrong about this path. Most people transition from video editing into motion design, which kind of works, but the real path, the one that actually sets you up, is starting as a designer first and then moving into motion design. Because at the core, a great motion designer is a great designer. 99% of people skip that foundation entirely. See, I started as a poster designer for my college clubs at BITS Pilani. Then I interned as an UX designer at NIC New Delhi. And somewhere in that process, I stumbled into motion design. Not because I planned it, but because I already had the design foundation. See, if I had started directly with After Effects tutorial, I would have learned to push pixels around, but the work wouldn't have looked so premium. In this industry, taste matters more than technical skills. You can teach someone After Effects in probably a month. You can't teach them taste in a year. Okay, but that begs the question, how do you build that foundation? How do you develop the taste, then layer motion design on top? Now, that's exactly what we're building. But before we reveal that good news, there's something that's even more concerning: AI. A lot of editors are scared about AI replacing their jobs, and they're half right. The floor is getting squeezed very fast. Basic editing like cleaning up talking head footage, cutting silences, adding B-rolls, AI can do a version of that now, and it's getting better fast every day. But here's what nobody talks about. See, I was recently invited an insider preview at Varun Maya's office at AUS. For anyone who doesn't know, Varun Maya is the biggest AI avatar creator in the world right now. He's deeply bullish on where AI is going, and he backs it up with real projects and work. See, when I walked in, I expected a lean, highly automated setup. What I actually saw was an office floor full of video editors. Now that tells you everything. Most editors think AI kills demand for people like them. The reality is often the opposite. It's raising the ceiling while compressing the floor. The demand for people who can make something look and feel something, that's not going anywhere. The bottom of this industry is being automated. The top had never had more room. See, the question isn't whether AI is coming for this industry. It honestly had. The question is which direction you will be moving. Now, you might ask, what is the real solution for all this AI happening going around? The honest answer, you upskill. You upskill constantly. Now, that's really not optional anymore. It's the whole freaking game. And I will be really honest and direct. I have been deep in this myself. We have been experimenting with AI video generation tools at the studio, be it Kling 3.0, Seedance 2.0, and the results are honestly generally very impressive. I've even gone further into advanced agentic workflows that automate parts of the production and post-production pipeline entirely. Now, the gap between what was possible 6 months ago and what's possible today is just absolutely insane. But the tools really move fast. Knowing which ones to actually use, when, and how to integrate them into a real workflow, that takes structured learning, not just scrolling Twitter and watching random YouTube videos. Now, this is a very good time to talk about our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is where humans learn from other humans, real creative skills taught by real practitioners. Now, if you want to stay ahead of what's happening with AI videos specifically, there's a class I would point you to right now. Create viral AI videos fast using Nano Banana, ChatGPT, and Clay. Now there are 8 lessons taught by someone who actually works at Hicksfield AI and uses this system every single day. Writing strong prompts, picking the right model for the right job, and generating images, turning them into finished video clips. It's kind of exactly what we have been trying to experiment inside of our studio itself. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code gets 1 month free on Skillshare. Okay, now this one is something that might feel like it contradicts what I just told you before. Now, please stick with me. I said go after companies because they pay more. Now that is still totally true. But working with YouTube creators has one underrated advantage nobody is talking about. Recurring income. Is the same client, is the same brief, and works keep coming every single month. But here's where most editors leave money on the table. They charge flat rate per video. That's it. That's the whole deal. Now in our team, we do it a little differently. When we work on sponsored video, everyone involved gets a cut of that sponsorship, not just a flat edit fee. When the video starts performing and the creator wins, the whole team also starts winning. The incentive is completely aligned. You're not just an editor anymore, you're investor in this company itself. And you're also invested in the outcome of that video. Honestly speaking, that structure changed everything about how people show up to the work. And I genuinely love my team. They're like my second family. And I'm really proud that my people have given so much of trust in me that I can fix 1 or 2 problems in their life. But everything I've said so far, the client choice, the discipline switch, the team structure, none of it really matters until you fix the thing most writers never really fix. Welcome to the advanced section. Now here's the thing that changed my pricing more than anything else. Most video editors sell video editing. They quote per video, per minute, per hour. And clients negotiate because editing feels like a commodity when it's priced like one. The shift happens when you stop selling a deliverable and start selling a result. I call this the outcome shift. I will give you a real world example. We worked with a Dubai based creator completely in a different niche. Now if I told you what we charged for this project, a lot of you would start typing hate comments right now. How can someone charge so much for this level of editing? We charged 12,900 dirham. You can do the maths how much that is. But here's what that package actually was. We did not just edit a video, we came up with the concept, wrote the script, designed the thumbnail, gave her on-camera delivery cues, did the editing, handled the entire packaging strategy. Because I'm not just a video editor, I'm also a creator who has grown a channel to 150,000 subscribers. I understand retention. I understand what consumer psychology does to a viewer in the first 30 seconds. That's not editing. That's a completely different product in itself. Her channel was averaging 30,000 views per video. That video got 82,000 views. And the engagement is off the roof. See, nobody paid 12,900 dirhams for a video edit. They paid for that result. And look, because I know this is coming, we had another project where the comment section was full of people saying the edit was too basic, why are they charging so much, this guy does not deserve it. Now, they weren't wrong about the edit. It was simple, deliberately simple, because that's exactly what the client needed. Clean, minimal, no distractions. The edit served the outcome perfectly. Here's what those people didn't understand. The edit wasn't the product. They were judging the output. The client was paying for the result. Those are two completely different things. Now, and until you understand that difference, you'll always be competing on price. Also, 99% of freelancers are on Fiverr or Upwork. They compete on price and they wait. The best opportunities in this industry don't come from applying. They come from being found. Now, there's a concept called social capital. In this industry, it's worth even more than your own portfolio. See, when you consistently show up, making content, sharing your process, proving you understand the space, you're not just building an audience, you're building trust with people who haven't even spoken to you yet. See, as I was starting growing my own social media, things started happening. Slowly, then all at once. Founders started DMing me, coaches, business owners, people who had already seen enough of my work to trust me before we had even spoken a single word. That social capital is what led to 8-figure job offer I mentioned at the start of this video. And I know you're probably thinking, that only works if you already have a big audience, right? It doesn't. The social media has changed. Even 1,000 deeply relevant followers can change your inbound game entirely. You don't need lakhs and lakhs of followers. You just need the right 1,000 people. And trust me, this isn't a client acquisition strategy. This is the client acquisition strategy. You stop being on the supply side of a crowded job market. You move to the demand side. Okay, last one. And this one's the most uncomfortable. If you do everything, you would be average at everything. Motion designer, that's a broad category. Motion designer for SaaS brands, that's a niche. Motion designer for early stage startups, delivering premium launch videos under 24 hours. Now that's what I call the monopoly niche. And here's why it works. The narrower you go, the less competition. The more specific your promise, the more the right client feels like you were exactly built for this. Because honestly, you were. The editors who stay stuck at 15,000 are the ones who keep their options open all the time. They think a wide net catches more fish. It catches the wrong fish at wrong rates forever. Now, most people are too scared to promise quality at speed. That fear is your competitive advantage. When you can actually deliver it, you don't negotiate on price, you name it. And we are building something specific around this path, so stay very close to the channel. Remember earlier, I said we used one specific strategy to close that Fortune client, and I would get it later in this video. Here it is. Urgency. I mean, you're probably thinking, that's it? Trust me, stick with me. Most editors need a week. Most agencies need 2. See, founders are launching products, running campaigns, chasing deadlines, and they needed the video yesterday. The editor who says, I can get it to you in like 5 days, loses to the editor who says, I can get it to you in like 24 hours. Not because of the skill, because of the timing. Founders really don't remember who was the cheapest. They only remember who showed up when it mattered the most. When you're the one person who can deliver premium work in 12 to 24 hours, you're not competing anymore. You're in a category of your own. I call this the speed moat. Most editors are too scared to promise that, terrified of the risks, the pressure, the possibility of failing publicly. That fear is your competitive advantage. When you can genuinely back that promise up, you don't negotiate on the price, you just name it. I mean, we have delivered motion graphic launch videos for YC startups under 12 hours. 1 or 2 delivered under real pressure. And word spreads fast in rooms that matter the most. Build the reputation, protect it, and the clients who need it the most will find you. That's the map, and here's what to do with it right now. Pick one advice from this video, just one, and write down the specific move you're making this week. Not I will be thinking about niching down, not I will consider motion design. A specific action, a portfolio update, a cold DM, a style you have never edited in. Something that takes really under 30 minutes to get started. See, the gap between the editor making 15,000 and the one making 10 times that isn't talent. It's really decision making. And you just watched a video full of them. Now today I'm genuinely out of time for this video. There's a lot more to cover. Retainers, international client acquisition, the full motion design career path. Drop a comment and tell me which one you want next. And if you've been following the AI side of things, I just dropped a full tutorial on Dance 2.0. Generally one of the most impressive AI video tools right there. Now if you want to watch that, click here.